up, guys? This is the first Dead of Night broadcast episode in many, many months. We are so glad to be back. As always, my lovely guest co-host, Louis of Clintonville Slasher. I'm Josh from Nightmare on Woodsboro Lake. I don't know why I can't talk shit right now, but we're here to celebrate Christmas a little late with the little film we like to call Black Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
So that came out in 1974, right?
Correct.
Correct.
Actually came out the same day as Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh, that's pretty awesome. Two phenomenal movies. You know, to be completely honest, this is the first time that I watched the original Black Christmas.
Mine too.
I've only seen the remakes.
Saw the 2019 remake, but I did not see the 2006.
The 2006, I think, sticks a little more closer to like the actual, same plot as the original. The 2019 kind of went a little wonky, I think, with like the whole, the whole college, like the brainwashed, like, college kids, killing people, like making sacrifices or whatever.
Right.
That was a little out there. The original Black Christmas, straight just perverted dude killing people and getting off to it.
Yeah. The phone calls for me, my first time watching this, what I loved about it is the fact that it did a POV shot of the killer climbing up the side of the wall in through the attic and then through the house. I loved how it looks because the only POV shot I ever got from any horror film was Halloween. And that was like a really bad one. You didn't even know it was a POV shot until you walked in the house. This one, right away.
Right.
And for 1974, it's done very, very well.
Yeah, and I had done some reading, and that actually Black Christmas, that intro had actually influenced Halloween to make a similar intro to their movie. But obviously Black Christmas did it better.
Way, way better.
I mean, that shot of him swinging through the window was like, how did they manage to get that? Like, that perfect. Yeah. But it was super awesome. You got like the breathing, the climbing up the lattice on the side of the house.
Right.
And just, it was much better done. And it was like 4 years before.
Yeah.
Before Halloween. I enjoyed like just how sporadic the killer was on the phone. Like he was like, "I'm pretty big cunt." Like like he was. You could hear him choking his chicken, bro. He was cranking it.
Yeah, he was. He was the moaner. That's what they called him, the moaner. And he's just straight perverted on that phone, just and it's like, what in the hell is wrong with this guy?
Right? Is he jerking it or exercising a demon? I'm not sure. Maybe both. But I really loved it because he was just out there. He was like one of the most sadistic, like crazy people I've seen, I think, in a horror movie as of late.
Definitely.
He just was unhinged, killing people, jerking off, being a pervert, and high addicts.
Right.
And I liked, because obviously back in those days, they were a little more modest with like ratings and killing, like the on-scene stuff and the stuff you saw off screen.
Yeah.
Just like the heavyset lady who was like the mom of the house.
Right.
She total boozer. She's got alcohol everywhere in the toilet.
And then the bodies. Now, my favorite one was she's hiding the fucking the booze on the string in the toilet. Just pulled that fucker out of there and just swigged it. What?
Like, dude, I was like, I wouldn't even put my mouth on that shit. But yeah, so like my favorite, I think one of my favorite kills for them was her. Like, I know it was off screen, but I pictured in my mind what was going on with the hook. Like that big old hook on the chain that he swung down at her. Like I could just imagine that like going through her chin or something and out her mouth, like something crazy, you know.
Yeah, I've always admired off-screen kills just because you have to use your imagination for it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with doing an off-screen kill. I know a lot of people want to see blood and carnage and stuff and see how it happened, but there's a lot of mystery to that, and it's kind of romantic, I think, in a way. You know, you get to use your own imagination on what happened. You know, like you just said, like you imagined in your mind that the hook went through her neck. You didn't have to see it, but you imagined it, and I think that's what's really cool is it leaves you up to imagination for the off-screen
Right.
kills. I know if you do it all the time, it's stupid, but if you just do one good off-screen kill, it's kind of fun.
Yeah, yeah. You know, and it's like you're gonna go deflower some chick or something, and you're like, you got to leave something to the imagination, right? You don't want to know she's all loosey goosey and flashing her stuff around town like she's some kind of Sharon Stone.
Your mother was no Sharon Stone.
Exactly. Oh, good old Scream reference.
I know.
But yeah, I enjoyed it definitely for what it was. I mean, you got to think too. Like, look at like Psycho and those ones too. Like, you know, the movies that made this genre, that influenced this genre, and a lot of them didn't have like the carnage candy that we have today.
It's true.
But,
and like I said, it's left for the imagination, and that's what's fun about it because nowadays you can just get away with CGI and do CGI kills, and it's you can just do whatever you want with CGI, and that's great. But back then, it's all practical. They have to make this stuff up. They can't just throw it into a computer. The POV shot that had to be done in a perfect way where you didn't see the camera attached to the dude's body because you would have. And this camera is like, we're not talking like video cameras nowadays that are like this big. We're talking about a fucking camera that he's going to have to hoist over him and shimmy up this fucking all the way up this lattice. And like it was just really cool.
Yeah, you got to give them props for that because it was even like as I was growing up, the cameras were still bulky, like you had like this thing that would literally sit on your damn shoulder. There's no way. Like nowadays, like it's easy. You stick a GoPro to you and you can get any shot you want.
Exactly. And the POV shots are easy now. But like this is a pioneer film, This is something that a lot of movies that are really big built off of what they were doing. They when you hear horror stories or ghost stories or movies, when the killer's in the house, that is the original, the killer's in the house. It's scary. And the fact that the phone calls were coming inside the house, this predates our generation because that's very terrifying, knowing that this guy's been calling you on a separate phone upstairs, listening to your conversations, watching you sleep, maybe watching you in the shower. He's probably been up to this forever.
Right.
And
yeah.
The only thing I wish they would have done is just give me something about Billy. Just give me something. You didn't have to reveal who he was, but they really just give you nothing at the end of this film, and it left you a little unsatisfied. But I was doing my episode on this the other day, and I was told there's a fan film called I Am Billy, and it's supposed to explain who Billy is a little bit, and it's free on YouTube, I guess. I haven't seen it. I haven't watched it yet, but I kind of want to check it out. Ken Sledge told me about that, so shout out to him.
Yeah, no, shout out. I'm always up for a fan film. I mean,
definitely.
Come on. There's been some really good ones as of late. Never Hike Alone.
Never Hike Alone too. Never Hike in the Snow.
Heck yeah. I mean, their budget got way bigger for that movie. Like,
dude, I could talk about that movie forever because it was so magical.
Right? And the practical effects that they used. Like, for real.
Oh, you died.
But yeah, no, and Black Christmas, going back to what you said about the calls coming from the house, and then you've got movies that sprouted from that, like When a Stranger Calls, and other films like that, and like you get your Scream, you get your I Know What You Did Last Summers, and like and just to think about too, like what I noticed is when they were like trying to trace the call, they needed him to be on the line for so long. They were like running through those circuit board rooms and trying to find out where the phone call was coming from. Like, it took a lot of work. It's not like now where you reverse phone number or you star 60 whatever, or you the ways that we have nowadays to find phone numbers or where a call came from. They had to really work for that. So it was like that dude was pacing up and down, like trying to find where the phone was lighting or the thing was lighting up and where it was coming from. Props. Like,
yeah,
shit,
definitely. Definitely.
And then, I don't know. Some of the characters I was like the dad was a total douche. I mean,
yeah, he was. But I think he was a good enough character.
Yeah. Because he just comes looking for his daughter. You got he ends up talking to the mom of the house, and it's talking about how they're boozing and having sex, and that's all that college is, and his daughter's better than that. And I don't know, he was a little stuck up. I didn't really care for him very much. Too bad for him, his daughter's dead. Spoiler alert.
Yeah. She's the whole focal point of that movie too. She's the one that he kills first and puts the bag over her head. It's like the iconic movie cover from the original movie cover, Black Christmas. And he plays with her the entire time. That's another creepy shot, the POV shot of him just rocking her back and forth in the chair and watching the people through the window.
Yeah.
But we didn't touch base on the most important character, which is Olivia Hussey in this movie, Jess, and how the fact that she told this guy that she wasn't going to have a fucking abortion and she was going to do her own thing. And they that's, for 74, that's a stretch. That's a big swing in the wind, because that was a thing that you didn't do, I guess. And it's just it's cool that horror things, they talk about the things that everybody else is uncomfortable to talk about.
Oh yeah.
And that's why I like horror so much.
Yeah, it touches on subjects that a lot of people don't want to touch on.
Yeah, exactly.
And that just made me think too of once again about Psycho. It's not as strong of a message or anything, but just the thought of that woman going off on her own. They in the Psycho, they were wonder where she's going, why she's not with her husband, blah blah blah. Women didn't have these rights, and they were you shouldn't be out after dark and blah, blah, blah. It really touched on society in these movies and what was taboo, what was not. And yeah, that was probably, look at how touchy of a subject it is still today.
Exactly.
People are still fighting about their body, their choice, abortions, and all this stuff is still very relevant. So that message there was ahead of its time. Very,
yeah. And good for her for standing up, for it's her decision, it's her body, it's what she wants to do. She's not gonna let a guy tell her what the fuck to do. And I love that horror takes that swing at things, and they talk about the things that everybody's too afraid to talk about. And that's what makes horror great.
Right? Make horror great again.
It's already great. Doesn't even make it great again. Especially fucking Night of the Living Dead. You had a black man as your lead character, and that was way unheard of, and that was amazing.
Yeah, George A. Romero. He was a big supporter of putting subliminal messaging and even upfront messaging, like you said, black lead.
Yeah, in 54, that's really unheard of, especially when the segregation's going on at that point in time, and that's crazy. And I love that he took that swing. Yeah,
that definitely took some guts in a time where we were so divided.
Exactly.
And Jess, and going back to Jess, she was just a very strong female lead.
Yeah, definitely.
From the get-go to how she was able to talk to the killer on the phone and didn't buckle. the way that
Yeah.
she was defending herself with the fire poker near the end, and just all throughout the movie, I think I didn't see her really falter at all. She stuck to her guns the whole film, and
She
that's
did.
what we need. Yeah,
She definitely did.
that's what we need in horror.
You're freezing.
We need more strong female leads.
Yeah, definitely. You are freezing really bad.
You.
Yep. Are you out of your cell phone range?
No. Oh, I see myself. You're a spinning dial. There you are. I
No,
see you.
I'm here. I've been here the whole time.
Nice. Yeah, we need these strong characters like that, like these leads that carry the film. Nobody wants to see a final character who's a total puss, or like.
Yeah, exactly.
And we've got that throughout time. We've got and a lot of them are female. You got your Nancys, you got your Sydneys, you got your Jesses, you got your
yeah.
Shit. I mean, for
you
me,
got
Tom
a lot of
Matthews,
final girls built off of that, and I like a strong female lead. The final girl is like, you're gone. There you are.
Yeah, we're getting some spotty reception. But yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. And I commend Black Christmas for taking all these swings, for just going for it, doing something new, breaking new ground, and really pioneering horror into what we know today.
Exactly, and all these horror movies are built on their shoulders, and that is amazing.
Exactly, and so I'm very glad that I finally took the time to watch this film, because I didn't know what I was missing.
Yeah, I didn't either, and I'm glad I got to watch this. I have a theory about John Saxon's character being the same character in Nightmare on Elm Street, because he didn't catch the killer, and in the Black Christmas movie, so he moves away to a small town in Ohio. His son dies getting killed by this guy that gets away, Freddy Krueger, and then his daughter is plagued by the nightmares. So he's two different characters. In Black Christmas, he's just kind of rambunctious dude that kind of makes fun of this fellatio thing, and then in fucking Nightmare, he's way serious. So they may be the same person. And I love John Saxon, so.
Yeah, no, he plays a really good character, and definitely a really good cop and like father figure.
Definitely.
And I can definitely see that. Maybe like Black Christmas is his younger years before he settles down, really with his new family, with Nancy and all them. I could see that. Yeah. I could definitely see that playing out. Yeah, that's a pretty good theory. It kind of crossed my mind a little bit, because I was like, man, he's a cop in this one too.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a good theory. I like that. Overall, I thought this was a great movie. I'm sure you feel the same.
I do. It became one of those classic movies that I'll probably watch every Christmas.
Right? You're like, shit, I didn't know what I was missing, but now it's on the cycle for every year.
Definitely.
So now we talk a little bit about Black Christmas. What's new for you guys over at the Clintonville Slasher?
Ooh, well, I just finished my script for my 5th horror film, which will be self-titled The Clintonville Slasher. It takes place in the 80s, so we are getting excited for that. I got a brand new camera. We got a shooting location. Josh is going to be the voice of the killer, so we're really excited to work with Josh again. So, yes, that's what we're looking forward to the most is. It hasn't snowed yet here, so we wanted to wait for spring, but I think we might wait for like the spring months to start shooting.
Heck yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm excited to be a part of it as always.
Me too. Very excited.
I love when we collaborate, and I love being a part of your filmography, because we'll look back on that when we're older and we'll be like, hell yeah, man, we did that shit.
Absolutely.
Guns
And like
blazing and fucking made some horror.
exactly. And then like our
Hell
kids,
yeah.
our grandkids will be able to look back at that and go, that was my grandpa. Look how stupid they look.
Yeah, right? Oh my god, the Crimson Nightfall was so fucking horrible. He
Oh
shot
man,
all
it
that
wasn't
shit
that
by
bad.
himself, and you can tell.
Dude, you had no budget and no crew. It was just you.
I went for it. I was just like, screw this. I want to make movies, and if I don't have anybody on board right now, I'm still doing it anyways.
Exactly, and that's awesome.
The funny part is too, nobody really knows this, but the scene where I'm tied up at the end and I'm right before I'm murdered. Spoiler alert if anybody hasn't seen that. I actually broke our kitchen chair shaking it so fucking hard because I was legit shaking it trying to really sell it, and I ended up breaking the chair.
Oh. Who got the back shots? Did you have somebody else film?
No, man, that was a tripod. I just stuck it on a tripod and filmed it from behind, so I was back and forth between front and back shots.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, and I was trying to get experimental, with like me walking over the camera, so like you get the front view and then the back view. Like,
yeah,
I was just like using like tricks and things that I thought of and like had seen in other films. I'm like, you know what, I like that, so I'm gonna try to do the same thing. But I'm excited. I'm glad I released it, even with the little bit of audio issues and a little bit of clipping that happened. I was like, you know what? I'm too proud of this to not share it. And I'm working on my second film, Dial Tone, right now.
Yes.
Which is going to be a completely different direction than Crimson Nightfall. And then I've got another little secret script that only you know about right now. So
I do know about it. And if it works out, I'm going to pay for it. I'm going to max out my credit card on this one.
Ooh, I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
Shower me in money, Daddy.
I will.
But I'm excited for what we have in store with each other and on
Definitely.
our channels. I'm so glad we got together to do, the Dead of Night broadcast again.
Absolutely. Looking forward to. We should do something for New Year's. Just think about 2023 and 24.
Yeah, I say we do it. Let's make it happen.
I'm down.
Hell yeah. We'll talk details. We'll figure out exactly what we want to air, and we're 2024 Dead of Night broadcast is coming back full swing.
Yeah, we would have been full swing all year, but you had a kid. We both made movies. We're both in bands. Life and shit.
Yep, but you know what? This year I'm all about the horror. I'm taking a step down from music. Might do some solo stuff I've got planned in the works, but other than that, my time is not going to be dedicated to doing any shows or touring or anything. So
right,
I'll have a lot more time to do this stuff with you and with all our friends. So I'm excited.
I'm excited too, man. It's going to be awesome. And you could get on the new record, and maybe sing a song with me. I'd like to do that. That'd be fun.
I'd love that. I'd love to be on a Frankenhooker song. Let's do it. Let's get Ken on there
down,
too.
Man.
Let's just.
Oh, dude, yeah, let Ken rip a lead across it.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
That would be dope. Yeah, that would be super dope. I'm excited. But thank you so much for everyone who's tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you like our content. Also, don't forget to check out our channel, our individual channels, the Clintonville Slasher and the Nightmare on Woodsboro Lake channel. Got lots of cool stuff for you guys. Check it out. We both got films that dropped recently, the Night Howler and Crimson
Crimson
Nightfall.
Nightfall.
We got a lot more stuff coming your way. Yep.
Hell yeah, man.
We got a lot more coming your guys' way.
And if you don't like our channel, I will fight you. Where's my mouth? I will fight. Oh, fuck. I will fight you. Couldn't find my mouth. No.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay horror, as always.
Yes.
And we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Later days, guys.
Later days.
Later days. That's that a lot,
shit.
though.
Still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh,
I'm here.
yep, you're still there.
I'm here.